Unfortunately, like a total boner, I completely forgot to turn on the receiver for my microphone, my wireless. So we're doing this guerrilla style. First up, we have a kit covered in dust. This is actually, I believe, the Evo Studios EZ-8 Gundam Master Grade conversion. This tries to make the now dated EZ-8 Master Grade look a little better, which it can succeed in. This kit is incredibly old, and I guess it gets recast every now and then and reproduced. The parts, from what I can remember, are decent. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, they're not bad actually. It's pretty clean. Definitely a newer casting. One can only hope that it comes out well. I'll probably replace the hands. Your typical yellow resin. There's not much to write home about, and it's not that complicated because the kit itself isn't. Next up, we have the SH Studio Vicious Project Gun Cannon. I bought this because the MG gun cannon is kind of lackluster looking. It's not bad, it's not great. It's just kind of one of those there kits, and I figured it would be really nice to get something decent. There's a better gun cannon kit out right now that uses the GM sniper frame, but I can't figure out where the hell to find it. This one uses the 2015 One-Year War Master Grade Gundam inner frame. A little bit of a pain in the ass to get, so I had to pull in a favor from Japan. Overall, this kit is definitely dated, but it's been casted and lovingly sort of restored, so it shouldn't be that difficult to build. Fingers crossed. Fluffy, stop. Time will tell. The instruction manual is literally printed paper on, you know that photo paper that they sell at the stores and whatnot, where you can print your pictures that you take with your friends? That's what this is used for. It is what it is. I guess they're not going to put too much effort to give you a specialized booklet for a really old kit, and it's not hyper complicated. The castings are pretty good. It's what you expect from SH Studios. I'll say that they do a decent job of casting their kits. This one, for some reason, has a really weird seam on one of the thighs, so that's going to be a lovely time sanding that out and rescribing it and all that other jazz. But overall, I can't see any other major issues at first glance. And even if I did, getting a replacement wouldn't exactly be easy. You know what I'm saying? This is not really that sought after of a kit, so the production isn't that high, and you gotta jump through hoops to get one. I mean, if anything goes wrong, I'll just kind of deal with it and see what I can finagle to make it work. But if you're interested, I mean, you could find these maybe on Fleabay. Most likely you could try Taobao and then another Chinese proxy site to place your order, but now Taobao is being really funny, so you might have to actually have an account on it, which I really don't want to do. The next kit is the Slicker Studios, or Sticker Studios, I can't remember. 1/144 scale Nobel Gundam doing a pretty sick karate kick, like a dive kick. I took one look at this and I thought to myself, this is kind of cute. I think I'm going to paint and build this. It's not very big, which is the kind of downer of it. Would have been nice if it was 1/100 scale, which they could have easily done, because this definitely looks like something that was, 3D rendered, then they most likely 3D printed and subsequently made that the master and made molds of it. It's still cooler than the HG version. The plus side is they also give you pre-cut masking tape, making the job even easier. Oh my God, when you're building these sort of kits, pre-cut masking tape is a gift from the gods. The amount of time you save with the masking tape is just, I'm so glad that this is a thing now. The castings, what you'd expect from a Sticker or Slicker Studios. Very clean. The packaging is left to be desired. It's kind of standard Sticker Studios, to be honest with you. They wrap it up in these little things and throw it inside of a plastic case and pray to God it doesn't get smashed. Nothing's broken. The lines are clean. It looks like it's really good to go. I look forward to building this one because it's not going to take long. This will be one of those simple sort of builds. You slap it together, give it a bit of paint, bing, bang, boom. Overall, this might be the best Nobel Gundam that you can get your hands on currently. The next kit we have is the Mattworks conversion for the Vertcause Zeta Gundam. I grabbed this one on a pretty smoking deal, and that's the only reason why I bought it. Because from what I understand and what I've seen from reviews of people, Mattworks resin kits are a massive hit or miss. Most of the time I hear people say that the kits suffer from shrinkage to the point of where parts don't even fit and it requires heavy modification. That seems to be the biggest gripe I hear all MadWorks kits. I'm sure there are people who build some and they're like, it was perfectly fine. But I see more people complaining than praising. So I just decided, well, how better than to actually catalog this myself by actually building one, which might be kind of stupid for the amount of time I'd waste cleaning, sanding, scribing, and well, I pre-built it anyway, so we could just say we're not going to worry about painting. Overall, it does make the kit look a little cooler, which I do like, but I am kind of on the fence thinking, man, I certainly hope that this shrinkage issue everyone complains about is a thing of the past, because it would really blow to spend time on this and have parts that just don't fit. So I'll keep you posted later on whenever I get around to it. Next up is admittedly something I probably should have canceled. I pre-ordered this kit a year ago, and that is the Model Bingo Stargazer. Originally, the designs for the third-party plastic kit Stargazer that really blew everybody's minds, it wasn't out at the time. I didn't know that was happening. So the only game in town for a Stargazer was literally Model Bingo. And the first one kind of sucked as far as proportions, everything. It just looked like ass. This one is an improvement because it's a 100% resin conversion kit. If you look at the inner frame and the skeleton here, it uses a lot of those plastic parts from the pre-built stupid little thing that we all work with from time to time. If you build resin kits, I'm talking about. AC Studios lives on this thing. And if you look at it, this is going to be the same. This is going to be the same frame they're going to use when they re-release the God Gundam kit they did like 3-4 years ago. To be real with you, they've been teasing the remake of that for the last 2 years. So is it actually going to happen? Honest to God, I don't know. With all that time, like, maybe it won't, but who knows? But as a Model Bingo kit, I'm going to say it looks about what you'd expect from Model Bingo. Just good. It's Model Bingo. They make good stuff. I'm not seeing any breaks or bad resin cast pulls. Like, it's a very sharp kit, which I love to see. I hate when I get a kit and you see that stuff is just like, it's got so many little issues that you gotta fix and rescribe. Next up is the GH5. I forgot the name of this company. It's like Galaxy Hobby or something. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure you can still find these kits, hopefully. This is their Turn A Gundam. And what I like about this kit is, one, it looks fantastic. It really turns up the Turn A. Two, the resin castings are phenomenal. There's a lot of quality here, from the book itself even to the quality control of the castings. They actually check all the parts, and if the casting had some bad sort of lines that had to be rescribed, they actually rescribe the part and then use Tamiya's panel liner to check and see how it went. That is a first for me, this level of quality control on a resin kit, and I hope more companies follow suit, because this is A class. Everything here is absolutely gorgeous. Even the resin wings are immaculate. Just look at the book. Like, everything you see in the book, you actually get in this kit. But as I was stating before, every part is checked and quality controlled, and they even have a card where someone checks off the parts. That is wild to see resin kits actually have this level of attention. And I fully welcome it, because these things, this one's actually fairly cheap. This one's affordable. It's like 60 bucks or something, 70, which, me saying this is affordable, it's kind of wild considering the kit itself is around 50, 60 bucks, if not 70. But when you're building resin kits, the prices just kind of go up. It's a very expensive hobby. It's like cocaine. Or track racing with motorcycles. That's another expensive one. Everything here is nice. But, let me get back to my point about like this being on the cheap side. The weird thing about the resin market is that I think it's becoming more popular, and with that comes good and bad. The good is we're getting more kits of stuff Bandai would never make. The bad is that the kits are becoming so much more grandiose. Like, they just get bigger, more stuff, more features, and the price just goes up and up and up and up. I think the days of like just some hobbyist customizing a kit and then making resin casts are over. Now you have like professional 3D artists rendering out this stuff before they 3D print it and cast it. There's a new Cassatria coming out that's like 600 bucks. The SH Studios Freedom Gundam is $1,000. We're kind of tipping into a crazy zone. I also picked up the MG Quanta. I'm not really a fan, but this resin kit was so nice and the quality of the first one was so good, I had to get another one. By the way, all these resin kits were sitting in a warehouse for literally a year. And, you know, I had companies contacting me like, when are you going to ship your stuff, sir? Because it's piling up. And I'm like, uh-oh. So that's why we're doing Resin Daddy for probably like a couple videos, because I have a lot to get through. Pretty much, there isn't much to say that I haven't said about the Turn A. It's the same company, the same production, the same value, the same quality. I love how clean their stuff is. It's so clean. This is just a clearly nice design that isn't too over the top, which I personally feel a lot of resin kit makers today are kind of doing, where they just take a kit and they go bonkers. They go oingo boingo. Before you know it, it barely recognized the design. It's so far removed from what it originally was, which is probably why third-party makers are now making their own plastic kits, so you can truly 100% get away from Bandai. This one is a bit more scratch built, and I could tell because a lot of the inside of the molding looks like Tamiya hobby putty and whatnot, but whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter. Everything is looking good. I really want to paint something right now. I really do. As I was saying, this is the kit where I noticed they checked to make sure that the panel lines were adequate. So they probably rescribed it and hit it with some Tamiya panel liner accent. They're like, okay, cool. And then they cleaned it off and threw it in the bag. I'm all for that level of quality assurance. They really want you to have a nice experience with their product, and I fully endorse that as just a modeler. Oh my God. This is about 15 minutes. Yeah, screw that. We're going to call it quits here. You know, there'll be more videos like this, probably like 3 or 4 more. I don't know. I had to go through a lot of stuff that I had sitting in Asia for the last year or more. So there's that. There will also be a build video coming soon. 2 build videos. Thank you for showing up and listening to me ramble about these kits. That should do it for me. As the man who gave me my first airbrush said, do great things.